Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. This is a product that I've been asked to try and let you know what I think about it. And these are Chalkolas. They are liquid chalk pens and they are brilliant. You get them in lots of different sizes, so you can get different packs to these. These are the jumbo ones and this is the pack of 21. Now in this you've got 15 chalk pens. You've also got some metallic ones. Now to use these you need to give them a really good shake and then you need to prime the nib before you start to use them. So what do I mean by priming the nib? Well, you need to take them out, and we'll start with the big ones, and you need to give them a really good shake, and that's to mix all the liquid together in the tube. Now once you've done that, your nib is white, but once you've done that you can then prime the nib by pushing it up and down several times to get the chalk moving. Now the difference with this chalk as to conventional chalks is it doesn't rub off on your surfaces. Once it's added it stays put, and you can use it. Here's the nib, the chalk coming down the nib now. You can use this on all non-porous surfaces, so that means you can use it on glass, plastic. This that I'm using it on here is vellum. So there's the ink coming through now. So you can use it on vellum, you can use it on acetate, and the beauty of this is once it's dry, if you don't like what you've got, apart from on the vellum, this will just wipe off. You can either use a wet wipe or you can just use some water, but it just wipes off so that you can start again with whatever it is you want to do. Once you've left it to dry, if you don't like it, you can just scrape it off and it will just come off with the flick of your nail. But those are just two of the surfaces that you can use. Now they do tell you that it's not really suitable for card, but I'm going to make a card today and I'm going to use the Chalkolas to show you the effect that I've got using this particular product. So before I go ahead and make the card, just let me show you some of the things that you can label. This is just a coffee jar, so I can just label this with the Chalkolas and leave that to dry. And this is an empty CD case, which I've used to add some little doodahs to. So there's just two of the things that you can label. And if you leave it to dry, it is quite solid once it's dry, but like I said, if you don't like it, you can just wipe it off with a wet wipe or a wet cloth. So now we're going to go ahead and make the card. So here I've got two laser cut wooden hearts and I'm going to colour these red. So I'm just going to get the large red colour marker, I should say, and I'm going to colour this all over and the edges, and then I'm going to set them on one side to dry. Okay, so I'm now stuck in this corner, so I'll just let that dry a little bit and then I can come and do the other corner and make sure that the sides are covered. So we'll just pop that down there for now and we'll do this one. So once your red colour is dry, I've just used some spray adhesive and all I'm going to do now is just pop them into some glitter. And then if we leave the glitter and the glue to dry, we can add those to a card later in a second. Just make sure that that's covered on the edge. There we go. So while those hearts are drying, I've prepared myself a base card, and it's a top folding one. It's 5x7, and I've cut myself a smaller mat that's going to sit along there, and then this is watercolour card, so I've just cut a layer that will sit neatly along there, again leaving just a small border. Now on this card I've taken a heart die, and all I've done is trace around the die to give me a heart shape on my card. And then with the Chalkolas, I'm going to colour that in red. So I'm going to use the thinner one just to do the outline, and then I'll colour all the rest in with the jumbo pen. So this is done on watercolour card, don't forget. Now before your ink dries, before your chalk dries I should say, you need to spritz this with some water. So I'm just going to spritz it with some water, and that will make the red chalk run. So we'll just leave it at that now. Now I would leave that just to dry. You can use your heat tool if you want to, but I'm just going to leave that to dry, so it'll be a little while before I can get back to you and complete the card. So once this is now dry, I'm going to go back with the black pen and I'm going to outline the heart in the black. So just to add a bit more decoration to this heart, I'm just going to use the white pen and I'm going to put some spots on the heart. So we'll need to keep it well flooded. And I'm going to cover all this heart. So once I've done that, I've added some foam to the back, and I'm now just going to add this to my base layers. So I've got the black card as one layer. So I'm just going to add that card to that. And the foam just helps to flatten out the watercolour card, and it also gives it some depth. So I'm going to add this now to my base card. And then last but not least, I'm going to use some foam pads to add in the other hearts that I've sparkled up. So there you've got a couple of variations on a theme, and it's just in time for Valentine's Day. So these are premium wet white markers from Chalkola. They're water-based, they're child-free, and they can be used on all non-porous surfaces, but you can use them on card. So you can get these from Amazon, and if you go onto my blog there will be a discount code there for you if you want to buy them. So thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please give it the thumbs up, and why not subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a video. Bye for now.